So this year, your girl entered her events planning era. I hosted my first event in Raleigh, North Carolina, but also my first sold out event in North Carolina. And I'm so excited. I wanna share with y'all all the details, how I got everything together, just literally everything. I wanna share with y'all the behind the scenes of planning the event. Y'all know that I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina about 8 years ago, and I finally am stepping out and doing what I am called to do. And I wanna share with y'all all the details about how I planned the event, how everything came together. So if you are interested in hosting your own event, or you're an event planner and want to leave some tips for the people, definitely stick around. Hey y'all, so it's your girl Sonia Star J, and we are back with another video. And today I'm sharing with y'all all the behind the scenes of how I hosted my first sold out wellness event. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe, I can't believe it. And it was a week and a half ago. On November 22nd, I hosted a mumus and mocktails wellness experience, and I was so nervous and I was so stressed out, but everything came together absolutely perfectly. Am I still in my pajamas? Yes, I am. I'm about to get ready to go to the movies, but I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about this real quick. So back in 2016, I hosted my first event. It was the Black Minds Matters event, and I hosted it back in my hometown, and barely anybody showed up. I was so sad. It rained, everything fell through. Anything that could have happened, and it was cute for what it was. Like, I'm so proud of myself for going through with it and bringing the idea to life, but it definitely caused a lot of imposter syndrome to set in. So with hosting this event, I had that in the back of my mind, like, oh, nobody's gonna show up. I don't know what I'm doing. How is this gonna turn out? I'm seeing everybody else hosting events and how theirs are turning out and what they have. And I'm just like, girl, just do what you can do, what you know how to do, and just bring the vibes. And that's what I did. So in August, I said that I wanted to host a wellness event in October. I ended up getting injured in Chicago in September. It ended up having to cancel my October event, but it worked out because I got invited to come out and do chair massage in Charlotte, and it was a beautiful experience, and also let me know that people are looking for holistic wellness experiences. They're looking to get out the house. They're looking to try new things. And it was a beautiful, beautiful event. And I was like, I want to do something like this on a smaller scale. And I just tucked that idea in the back of my mind. Then in October, I don't know where this idea came from, but I posted on Threads and I was like, somebody should invite me to a mumu party. I don't know why I said that, but I posted on Threads and said somebody should invite me to a mumu party. And then I went to sleep, and I woke up and was like, I'll just host my own mumu party. Now, I typically put together events for just my closest homegirls, and it'd be about like 10 of us at a location or at my house, and I'll cook and I'll do all the things and we'll just have a good time. But something was like, you should make this like an event, like open it up to the public. And I was like, all right. So I got on it and started looking for venues. I already had a venue in mind. I reached out to them, paid the deposit, and then after I started doing all my marketing and stuff for the Mumus and Mocktails party, they emailed me and said that they wanted to talk. And so we talked about the event and found out that they weren't able to accommodate the type of event that I wanted to do. So I was scrambling. I was on Threads looking for another venue at the last minute. I'm like, please, somebody help. Somebody come through and help me with finding a venue. So a girl that I met at a networking event in August reached out and was like, I have an event space for you. How much are you looking to pay? And so I told her how much I was looking to pay. She said, okay, meet me at the event space on this day and we could figure out, you know, pricing and however you want to do everything. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there. I ain't even care. I was like, if I gotta leave work early, I'm going to meet her at this event space. So went to the event space with my homegirl and met with the owner, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was just like, okay, period. So I locked in the event space at the price that I was looking to pay, which was absolutely amazing. Things come together when you take opportunities and you connect with people and just put it out there. Like, tell people what you need. So ended up getting the event space. I posted the tickets on Posh first because I seen that everybody was using Posh, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is the new way to advertise tickets. I put it on Posh, then I put it on Eventbrite, and I was getting really nervous because the only people that had bought tickets were like a couple of my homegirls. And I'm like, dang, like I really want more people to come out to this event, like people that I don't know, I really want to come. So I'm going crazy posting on Threads. When I tell y'all, Threads is the place to be right now. Like for community building, Threads is where you want to be. So I was posting it on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, anywhere I could post it, it was getting posted. And so people were sharing it. I had so many people sharing this event, and I'm just like, man, like people are not buying. And so another girl who hosts events here, she was like, just wait until the Thursday before because people are still locking in their plans and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. Now by Thursday, I'm thinking only 10 people's coming. I go shopping, I get all the things that I need, and then all of a sudden I have a video go viral on Instagram and I have a video go viral on TikTok about the event. And people are commenting like, how do I buy a ticket? How do I come? What's more details? And I'm like, oh snap, period. So I go and I make an updated video on TikTok. Next thing I know, 6 people bought tickets, like at the last minute. 6 people bought tickets from TikTok, and then the rest of the people were inboxing me on Threads saying that they really wanted to come, they really wanted to be in a room. Some people was even saying like, I can't afford to come, but I still want to come. I ended up getting 2 people to sponsor tickets for women to come to the Mumus and Mocktails party, which was so freaking dope because there were so many women in the room who really needed that opportunity to wind down. So we did the mocktails. The theme was mocktails. I did 3 different mocktails for the ladies. We did mumus. That's what I was trying to say. We did mumus and then we did mocktails. Now initially I did put BYOB on the flyer, but I really did want to attract a crowd of people who were on a sober free or sober curious journey, and I made the mocktails with recess, which like helps you to wind down, and it was really good. I cooked, you know, plant-based food. There was other, you know, options. We had like fried chicken and pasta that had like meat in it, but then I had 2 plant-based options, and it worked out so good. I ended up having 25 women in the room, and I initially thought that I was only gonna have like 7 or 15. I ended up having people come and pay at the door. Like, it was such a vibe. Like, I'm so proud of myself, y'all. I did so good. And my friends, they would tell me the truth. They were like, yeah, you did a good job. This is your first time like hosting a wellness event. This is your first time doing all of these things. It came together beautifully. Now, I know for myself, on the back end, there were things that I missed, like a sign-in sheet and other things that I needed to have that I didn't have, or just other ideas that I wanted to implement that I didn't get to. Like I really wanted to do herbal syrups with the fruit and stuff. I just didn't have time to do it. And another thing that I didn't think about and consider was that I couldn't do all that by myself. Shout out to my homegirls for coming and jumping in and organizing, and the venue space for having people there to help me set up and break down. But it was a lot of work, but I would do it all over again. And I am actually doing it again because now I'm hosting monthly wellness events with a different theme every month, except for January. I'm gonna take a break in January and not really do anything then. But what I will say, if you are looking into hosting your own type of events, is to find an event space and lock it in. Figure out the costs, figure out if there is a max or minimum person limit. That's what I'm noticing. I want to do aerial yoga next year, and they're like, well, you can only have 12 people and any extra people are like $30. So you gotta know all of that stuff ahead of time. also talk to the event space about the type of event that you want to have, because that's how I ran into the issue with the first venue, not really knowing what it is that I wanted to do. Because had I had it there, the pace of the event and what we were doing was going to be different. So I ended up having to change literally everything. Have people on your team to help you out. Like, get volunteers, ask your friends, family, like tell them what you need. For me, I'm not the best at organizing, but my people know this about me. I'm good at coming up with the ideas and the vision, but I'm not the best at maybe like coordinating and like telling people what they need to do. I'm not the best at delegating. Learn how to delegate and tell people like, hey, this is what I need. Maybe have like a sheet of things that need to be done. So make sure that you're delegating responsibilities. Make sure that you have a list of everything that you need so that you don't miss anything. I was running around looking crazy the day of the event, trying to get food and different things. And while the setup was nice, I feel like it could have came together better if I hadn't procrastinated on getting certain things. So just knowing how you want your event to look, like set up a Pinterest board or just have everything done. Just have everything set up for how you want things to look visually. Get people on your team to advertise for you, friends, and post it everywhere, especially if it's your first time and people don't really know you, because people are going to come to the event and they're going to create content of their experience, and then more people will like come to your pages and be like, oh, what is it that she does, or what is it that they do, and be more inclined to come to something that you're having. But also be mindful too of the date that you're having your event, because having mine on the day, like the weekend before Thanksgiving, everybody was having Friendsgiving's events. Everybody was like out of town. Like there was just so much going on that day. There were so many people like, oh, I really would come, but I'm not going to be here. Or I got a Friendsgiving, or, you know, I have so many other things to do. I'm just like, wow. So keep in mind the date that you're having your event is a big one. After touch points, so like sending surveys to people after the fact. I suck at follow through and follow ups. Something that I'm working on the admin side of things. What type of food you're going to be serving. I'm a very intentional person because I'm plant-based. I make sure that there's plant-based food at the event. And a lot of people do not consider the fact that you have people in the room who are gluten-free, and you're selling tickets to a plated event, or you're selling tickets to an event with food, and you don't got no food for people who is coming. And it's just like, what are you paying for? I don't go to a lot of events that offer food because I know that there's not gonna be nothing for me to eat, except for like maybe some fruit and crackers and a salad maybe, and that's not worth it to me. Why am I paying $40 to come to an event and there ain't gonna be nothing there for me? So keep that in mind too, I say, because I'm a person who goes to events and I never got anything to eat. So keep in mind of the people who you're going to have in the room. It's easy to make a quick little pasta salad. Make sure that they got something that don't got no dairy or like no eggs in it. You know, just one option would be nice. It would be nice. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Your music, shout out to my homegirl. Like she did her thing. She made sure that we had good music. I had a playlist, but I was just doing so many different things. I almost forgot to eat. My other friend, she had to make sure that I was eating. She was like, did you eat yet? I was like, no, I ain't yet. She made my plate. Then I had another friend who was doing the music and stuff, and she was getting content. That's another thing. If you want somebody to get content for you at your event for marketing purposes, make sure that you have somebody there to delegate that responsibility to, or, you know, hire a content creator to come. There's also people out here who will do like a brand ambassador thing, or if you invite them to the event for free, they'll come and they'll do a recap for you at the end of it. If you say like, hey, I would love to invite you to this event, if you like post a recap at the end for me. So that's definitely something to think about gift bags. You can get sponsors. I had sponsors for my gift bags. But if you don't have all your stuff set up the right way, it's hard for you to get sponsorships and monetary gifts. That's something that I've learned. And so moving forward, I'm definitely going to be getting all of my affairs in order, because you can reach out to companies and brands and say like, hey, would you like to sponsor this? They can't write you a check for anything if you don't have certain things figured out. So definitely look into that. That's really important to know if you're trying to have events sponsored. Yeah, definitely look into that, and to get things sponsored in your gift bags too. Some people will give money, but sometimes people will give like gifts to put in a swag bag or something. So really important things to keep in mind, but also have fun with it. Keep in mind of your attitude when you are working with volunteers. When the people come in, even if you're stressed out, don't show people that you're stressed out. Like when people came in, we wasn't all the way set up, and they're like coming in and like, do you need help with anything? I'm like, no, we're okay. Go ahead, sit down, relax, take a moment to decompress. I'm freaking out on the inside, but I don't want my guests to see that I'm freaking out on the inside. So don't take that energy out on the people in the room, because they're there for an experience, especially if it's their first time meeting you. Okay, I definitely had people like, hey, do you need help with like, you know, setting up? Do you need help with like serving the food? There was one lady and I was just like, yes, actually I do need help, thank you. And she helped me out for a little bit, and then my friends jumped in and helped out. And so yeah, man, don't let imposter syndrome get in the way of you doing what it is that you want to do. Like I was like, oh, I'm looking at other people's events, like I don't got like the fancy balloons and setup and stuff. Them people came and they loved it. They loved it. You don't necessarily need all the aesthetics and theatrics and stuff like that. Like yes, it's good to have visually and maybe from marketing and stuff, but like if you don't have the budget for it, you ain't got the budget for it, and that's okay. Do what you can do, and make sure, this is another thing too, make sure that you are setting your ticket prices at a good price to recoup what it is that you're spending. I paid for the venue space, I paid for the food, all of the gifts, everything, and I only made back the venue space and maybe some of the food. Like I didn't make my money back for this event, but that's because I was nervous, like, oh, people ain't gonna pay for this. People will pay. People will pay. Like there are definitely people who are having financial struggles right now, but then there's a whole subset of people who are perfectly okay. Like I was told that my ticket prices were too low and that I should have raised the prices more. There were people selling tickets for like $50, offering less than what I was offering at my event. So definitely keep that in mind, that you have to make back your amount that you're spending on the venue. If you have any people that you're partnering with, you want to make sure that you're paying them. Vendors, make sure that you have a vendor fee, or if you're paying somebody else to come in, like keep all of that stuff in mind when you're setting your ticket prices and asking for sponsors. These are things that I'm learning, and as I learn more, I'll definitely be sharing with y'all, because this is something that I'm going to be doing more of, and I'm super excited about the path that is being carved out for me and what fully loving yourself is turning into. Yeah, so I changed really quickly because I'm getting ready to go to the movies, but I did just want to say that I'm having a great time with stepping into my purpose and doing what I feel is aligned for me to do. It's always been really important to me, as y'all know from me being on this channel, to introduce holistic self-care and wellness to Black women especially. Like we need more of us in these spaces. When I went to that 5-day healing retreat in Asheville back in October, November, there were 30 women in the room and only 2 Black women learning all of these indigenous practices. And it was cool for getting the experience, but I'm like, why ain't there more of us in this room? And I want to be the person to introduce more of this to the girls. Like we need to know about how all of these holistic practices impact our health and wellness, our aging, because there was women in a room 60, 70 years old just now learning things about their femininity and anatomy for the first time. So now at my events, I get to introduce feminine anatomy to women who probably have never even heard those terms. So I'm really excited for this journey. I'm really excited for myself. I'm just proud of myself. Y'all know that video where Snoop Dogg was like, I want to thank me? That's how I've been feeling. I want to thank me. I want to thank God for giving me the battery in my back, but proud of me for moving forward with it and actually bringing things to life and doing what needs to be done to bring things to our community. And I'm excited for next year and all the things that I have planned for next year. Oh my goodness, I'm doing a self-care Valentine's Day in February. We're doing aerial yoga. We're going horseback riding. I don't know how far I'm gonna take this thing. I don't want to burn myself out. That's definitely something that I'm being aware of, is not burning myself out and making sure that I'm pouring from a full cup and not an empty cup, which is why I'm only doing one event per month. I don't want to do anything weekly because that's just too much. I don't have the capacity for that. So yeah, I'm excited to share more with y'all as time goes on. And yeah, to just share this journey of my becoming. Fully loving yourself is taking a life of its own and is shaping into something I could have never imagined. Or maybe I could have imagined it, and that's exactly why it's happening. Yeah, I did imagine this, and I'm grateful that we're here. So yes, that has been my experience with being an event planner, event host. And if you are interested in following along this journey with me, be sure to subscribe to this channel. That's first. Subscribe to this channel, but also my newsletter, my Substack newsletter, The Rest at Return. I'm sharing a lot of personal essays there now, just like behind the scenes of how I'm feeling and things that I'm experiencing on my life journey of rediscovering myself and redefining life for myself in my 30s. And then over on Instagram and TikTok at A Story Life is where I'm sharing all the behind the scenes and tips and stuff like that. So I'm grateful for all of the people who have supported me this far, and I'm excited to see where all of this goes. If you have a dream that is boiling inside of you that you've always wanted to do, bring life to it. Don't let it die inside of you. Even if you have to hold on to it for a little bit, bring it to life. You have everything that you need to succeed. Just go and do the thing. But that's all I got for y'all today. Definitely stay tuned for the rest of the videos in this end of the year wrap up series. Check out the last one that I did. Check out the next one that I'm doing. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.